This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so actually, do you have a number? You are the Narsimha student, right?
No, sir.
Okay. Karthik Naidu.
Yes, sir. I'm Karthik Naidu.
Okay. Mm. Okay. So let me talk for today's scanner. So I already told you, right? Today we'll talk about the before we applying the machine learning as a data engineer or data scientist. Okay, we need a data with a purity, right? So for that one, we have a concept is it's a data processing. So that a data processing concept we'll see now. Okay, so make sure that everyone need to open. I mean, I will show you, and meanwhile I can send you the document also. Okay, you just observe it, and you just launch the Jupyter notebook. Okay, so desktop, not desktop downloads. Science master. Okay, data mining. Yeah, so this is the small concept, guys. This is the concept is important before we are applying the machine learning. Okay, see, it's introduction to machine learning toolkit, and over here just try to observe it. So when we are working with this thing, so we are using the data set for this particular tutorial, and so for this particular scenario we are using the data set is it's iris data. Okay, so here the data path and everything you can consider it, but so in my local computer you can observe here is the iris csv file is there or not. Yes, it's iris.csv file is there. I have some questions and I need to solve it. That's my question. Actually, the question number one, load the data from the file using technique. Okay, so today examine and determine the following things. Actually, a number of data points, that means number of rows. Okay, and the column names, you just need to print the what are the columns are there. Okay, and I just want to know it what is the data type of each and every attribute. That's what I wanted. For this one I am importing the libraries are it's a numpy and pandas, and we are working in a OS, right? So OS also, if you wanted you can import it. If you not, they have no use actually. If I know, if I use those particular resources or services, then you can import it. So you are importing the numpy pandas, and with help of the read underscore csv method, and we are reading the iris csv file, and it could be available in my local computer. And I'm just showing you first 5 records. Okay, and here the 5 records. This is my column name 1, column name 2, column name 3, column name 4, and column name 5. There are 5 columns are there. Okay, I'm displaying the first 5 records only with help of the head method. And I just, if I'm using the shape attribute, if I'm using the shape attribute which is returning the number of rows and number of columns, but especially I want only rows, right? The first argument, the first index is it's a row information, so that data set dot data frame dot shape, and if I'm using the square brackets of 0, it can be written the number of rows. If I want the number of columns, then you can give you 1. If you want to combine, if you want to require the both rows and columns, then you just use the data dot or data frame dot shape. Okay, and so I just want to need only column names, then data frame dot columns to list. That means whatever the columns we have it, that it was converting into the list format. So when I'm using the to list method. Okay, and I just want to find out the data type of each one. Then data frame dot d type, if I'm using each and every column name with data types, I can able to print it. This is my first question, right? So you can solve this question. I can share you this code as well as the file also, just for practicing purpose. Next one is, you can, question number 2, examine the species names and note that they all begin with iris. See, you can see species, everything will be started with iris, 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 right? So I just want to remove that particular portion, just for practicing, guys. There is no why everything you need to do this format, not like this actually. Just I'm showing you, if how if you face this kind of situation in future, then how we can able to solve it. I'm just showing you in a techniques. Okay, so for example, in a rows, in a data, so one particular two variables or two data which is separated with some specific thing. Okay, so I just want to separate it with this iris and this species names. Okay, now how should I do this thing? We can use the lambda. So data species, this means it's a column name, and we are applying, okay, what we are applying, and we are taking the replace. So iris hyphen, you're replacing with 0. Okay, it's not 0, it's a no character. This is the thing, no character. This is just a, okay, I'm just replacing the, I'm removing this one actually. Okay, with the help of the this particular lambda method. Okay, see, when I executed this one, so species is the one particular column, you're applying on one particular column. Okay, see, now it was removed, right? Now it was removed or not? Okay, so this is the way, whatever the task we got it, that we are removed it. Now question number 3, what is the question number 3 here? Just read it. Determine the following: the number of each space present. That means I just want to know it, how many values are there for each one. Okay, that I want to be find out it. Already I am finding, right? So the number of each and every spaces, so that I'm giving the data frame dot column name dot values count. Then it was returning the each and every species number of count, number of times, how many times are there for each one, that I can able to find out. So next one is, I just want to find out the mean, median, and the quartile range, everything. I just want to know it. Then I can have a function is describe. With help of the describe, I can able to find the number of times each and everything, and mean of each one, and median, mode, everything I can able to find with help of the describe method. This is the question actually. So we just need to understand the question, and based upon the question we need to solve it. Okay, and the question number 4, what is the question number 4? Calculate the following each group species separate data frame. That means you would like to you segregate the based upon the species. Okay, so calculate the for each space separated data frame. I just want the need the each and every data frame for each species. Okay, and then mean of each measurement. After that one, I want to find out the mean of each measurement, like sepal length of setosa, and sepal width, petal length, petal width of each and every mean I want it for each species. Then I can use the group by, and I'm giving the spaces, then I'm just using the mean, then it was creating the new data frame for each data frame of for each species of all the, you are separately calculating the mean of the set of only special length, cipher length. Okay, this is the way you can do it actually. So meanwhile I can able to find out the median also. Okay, and applying the multiple functions in one, previously you are just apply only one function one time, right? If you are doing the somewhat group by, but I want to apply the multiple function in one time, okay, then we have a agg aggregator. Agg means it's aggregator. So data frame dot group by and column name, and I'm using the agg, that means aggregator, and you are giving the number of, okay, how many functions you want to be find out, then you just give those particular function names, automatically it was returns the result of the particular functions. Okay, so that I'm doing in a two ways. One is the np dot mean and mean np dot median. So these are the functions are available in numpy also. Okay, or else directly group by or else pandas also these functions are available. So both you can apply in one time. Okay, yeah, different situations and both are same only, it was written the exactly same. Okay, yeah, so this is the way you will able to do it. This is the fourth question. In the meanwhile we have some seventh question also there. Okay, I want to print the mean median at a time. So fields of each one I want to print it. So if you want to print, we can use the p print, and mean median you are taking, okay, field. And so this is the one dictionary. Okay, the dictionary having the mean median field, and you are doing this particular applying the this field, whether it is having the data dot column, a field of not species. So what we are doing actually, you are taking each and every column of this particular data frame. So I can tell you what is going on over here. So we have the two or columns are there, right? Or multiple columns are there. So first this it will try to go with find out this particular field. So field we are getting from this particular column 1, column 2, column 3. So this field, whether it is a species, if and only if it is a species, then I can performing this particular operation. Okay, I can perform this particular operation. If in case the field which is not a species, then these operations are not done. Okay, so that's fine. You are calculating the mean median of the species only. Okay, species only. And I want to find out the max of fetal length. Then I can use I'm adding the one more uh, key and corresponding value. And the key is now here fetal length. Fetal length is my key and max is my value, and I'm printing the aggregated dictionary, then max of fetal length. And we are using the field, right? The field every time we are getting the fetal length, fetal width, shuffle length, right? Those particular mean median we are calculating. So fetal length mean median, cephal length mean median, cephal width mean median, and we are not calculating the spaces. We are not calculating the spaces only. Okay, we are just calculating only fetal width, cephal length, cephal width. The reason is that this condition is whichever the thing which is not, whichever the thing which is satisfied, that particular field of mean median we are calculated, and you are going to be creating the new dictionary. So this is the dictionary I just give you as the input for the agz function, then automatically it can be creating this particular data frame. Okay, this kind of operations also anytime we will do it in a pandas. Okay, so question number 5. So you can able to go with a scatter plot for the shuffle length and shuffle width. That means X will be the shuffle length and Y will be the shuffle width. Then you can directly take it access, and you are using the scatter, and this is my X and this is my Y, and you are setting the label X label. What could be my X label? What could be my Y label? What could be the title for it? And you can able to set it one time. So you can able to see this particular graph. Okay, and if I want to histogram, I just want to find out the histogram for the shuffle length with the pins of 100, then you are generating the 100 elements with the, okay, histogram. And you can able to plot the count of the shuffle length. Okay, so look, I just want to find out the, now create a single plot histogram for each feature, petal length, petal width, sepal length, overlaid. If we have time, next try to create the 4 individual histograms plot in the single figure, and each plot contains the one feature and some hint. How do this pandas plotting method? So you can go to this particular guide, and here we have a notebook set, context notebook, and you're plotting. You just use the plot method dot list, and we are using the bins 25, that means width, and alpha is 0.5. Okay, and you are just using the x label is size of centimeter. So here this is my size of x label is my size of centimeters, and frequency in the sense number of times. Okay, with this particular centimeters, what could be my, how many shuffle lengths are there, and everything you can see in the histogram. So that is the distribution. This is the distribution graph, and individually also we can able to plot it with help of the for loop. Okay, and box plot, you already know it, what is the use of the box plot. You just use the box method, then you can able to find out the box plot for the all the feature in one time. So it can help you to find out the, is there any outliers are there. If we have outliers, we need to handle it. And question number 9 is, you are able to go with the find out the, okay, so size of the measurements, you're finding the size of setosa and everything you are measuring it, right? So here plot data, set index is species, yes, and you're creating new data frame and stock, and two data frame, reset index, your indexing is resetting, and rename is column 0 is size. Okay, and level 1 is a measurement 1, so this is the 0. Okay, this is the level 1, this is the index. Okay, so this is what it was displaying in such a way, and you're finding the size of that each one. So you can able to box plot for the all in one time also. Okay, spaces of separate things you can able to find out it. Okay, so uh, so for each and every shuffle length, shuffle width, petal width of the, okay, box plot for the setosa, versicolor, and virginica, you can able to plot it in one graph. Question number 10, you can use the pair plot to distribute, to saw the distribution or to find out the relationship between the features with help of the pair plot. Okay, see guys, this is the small questions when you're really working in somewhere else. Okay, so you might be getting this kind of question and you need to solve it. By the time of solving, if you have some basic knowledge only, you will able to do it. Okay, and so most of the code, it can be available in the Google itself, but you should try to understand the question and you need to Google it, and we'll be getting some code and you can modify as per the client requirement. Okay, is it clear as of now? So I'm sending
Yes, sir.
you this particular file, and
Hello, sir.
yeah,
Sir, in real life scenario, in what place you are going to use this coding, sir? I mean, in real life scenario.
very data science, right? In every industry they're using, man.
And any
Every,
particular example for to know
yeah,
depth of it? Can you give some example, particular depth of it?
see, every data science project, you have to go with this particular step. This is mandatory. Okay, every project there is no limit where we are using. Okay, so now I'm showing you iris data set, right? In the meanwhile, every data set, when you're working with, as a data scientist, we need to work with the data. Okay, so the data, whether it is whether it is the purity or not, and you need to solve a lot of questions. So these are the scenario only. Okay, and I'm sending you these two files, and you can download it and you can practice it. I sent it, but the people who are organizing that, those people will send you this particular code. See, there is no specific area. Everywhere we are using, you have to habituate this particular libraries. That's what my intention. Got it? So coming sessions, when I'm started implementation of machine learning algorithms, I don't want to explain these things. It's a basic things. Every time same steps will be repeated, and every time I cannot explain, right? So that's the reason I'm spending some time to explain this thing. And if I directly start machine learning, and if I'm doing something, you can Google it, or else you can, if I'm doing something, you can understand. Otherwise, it's not an easy thing to understand why I am doing that one. Okay, got it? It's just a explanation. It's just understanding of the pandas, numpy things. And data processing is the technique. It could be used in before machine learning. You can go with any project, so you have to apply this particular step. Okay, there is no limit. You should use there only, we should use that only, that is no meaning of it. Every industry, every day, every situation in a data science field, and before applying the machine learning, that step is mandatory.
Okay,
Okay,
sir. Sir,
so this,
can we use this in SP stock prices for predicting?
sorry, stock, yeah, stocks also, even it is a stock also, maybe you don't have enough data. Okay, so whether the data is good, whether the data is valid data or not, whether we have the this data, this year data, or next, maybe you have a data of the last 20 years data, then what you will do if you do applicate, if you are doing any kind of analysis, you won't get the result enough, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So you would like to go with the data. Actually, data will be give you a lot of information. Okay, so once if you're clear, that's what for today's class, guys. We'll catch up. Bye, guys. See you. Take care.